Hi, welcome to Pictures, Noise and Words. I'm Hedgie, and this is Valcata. Valcata? No, definitely not. I'm going for Valcata. They've got a song called Paralyzed. Get it right. So, when I got this cover, this is the cover of the song, because there isn't an album yet. See the red writing around it where it says Paralyzed? I just could not see that. I don't know what it is, but I couldn't see. I'm literally looking at it going, is this the cover? There's no name on it or anything, and I could not see that red writing for the life of me. I'm not colourblind. I can see it now. I just had like attentional blindness where I was looking for something small, I think. And that's not important right now. But anyway, just saying, just kind of, yeah, it was one of those things where it suddenly went, oh, there it is, like, couldn't see the wood for the trees. Anyway, Valcata. Done Valcata before. It was nearly 2 years ago. I can't believe it's that long ago. It was like February 21 when I last did one of their songs called, I think it was The Tower, I think it was called. And I can't remember what I said because I haven't gone back and watched it, so there's a good chance I'm going to say all those same things again. Valcata is an international project. It is a studio project. And just to give you an idea of the scope of this thing, you've got people all involved in this one song from England, Spain, Portugal, Greece, Germany, the USA, and it was mixed and mastered in Denmark by Jacob Hansen, who's worked with Flesh God Apocalypse, Epica. So I'm expecting big things because I haven't heard it, but I trust Valcata, or more specifically O Arcade, and I'll get to him in a minute, that this is going to sound fantastic. So, and you know what I'm like about production. I'm a bit slightly obsessed. Anyway, where am I going? And where's this hand going? The thing about a project like this, I've been tangentially connected to projects like this myself, and it's like herding cats, right? You've got all of these different people. They've all got their own schedules and motivations and styles and levels of creativeness. That's definitely a word. And so you can imagine if you say, okay, drummy person, go and make a drum line, and guitar person, go and do some guitar melodies, and vocal person, come up with some vocal melodies, and all of that, what you would get just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't fit together, even if you gave them reasonably, sort of reasonable guidelines. So what you actually need is somebody in the middle of it all, holding all the threads and making sure everything just fits together and have a vision. And that's this person called O Arcade. And I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. His first name's OHA. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that. Sorry. Oha? Oha? Oh, Oa? Oa? Ua? Can I call you Ua? No, better not. Ua. I'm so easily distracted. I just distract myself. So, and he's from Ireland, but lives in New York now, which kind of sounds cool in itself. Yeah, I'm from Ireland originally. I live in New York, It sounds cool to me. I live in the northwest of England. I'm Wittering. So this guy is the composer. He is the person. He plays keyboards as well, but he's the person who has the unenviable job, really, of trying to herd all of those cats and get it all together in some kind of cost-effective, time-effective. He's a project manager in every kind of sense of the word, really. And then he has to pull it all together and create a thing. And in the past, because I haven't heard this, he's done that very, very well. And when I did the last one back in February 21 or whenever it was, I think it was February 21, the reaction in the comments was all super positive. It's like, wow, this sounds amazing. So let's get on with it. Yes, I can hear you all saying, get on with it. But I just wanted to give you a kind of an idea before you listen to this. And there's no video, by the way. It's kind of it's a lyric video, but a kind of a fairly simple one. No offense. But just before we get it, I want to kind of get across that this is a massively international project that must have given him a couple of sleepless nights while he tried to get it all his ducks in a row, or pick the analogy of your choice. Well, the good news is I think I have plenty to say. But the better news is it's going to be all good. It's. Oh, right. Okay. Where do I begin? Okay. It's really busy, isn't it? It's a really busy song. There's no let up in it, and I was wondering, because when I'm doing this, I'm not just listening to music. So there's like one sort of track of my brain listening to the song, and then there's another track of my brain literally with a running dialogue of what I think. It's a weird sort of mental state you put yourself into when you're trying to do something. I'm reviewing it live, don't forget. It's like, I've just heard it, I'm going to speak about it. I've not gone off to write something up or edit or think about it too much. So this is literally my initial impression and opinion of what I've just heard. So what I was thinking as I was going along was, one, wow, this is so busy that I think it's going to need a couple of listens to pull out all of the things that are going on in it, because it's so layered as well. Anyway, let's not get too far down that one. And it made me think, I wonder if, because this is the last song that Valcata put out was a single, and this is a single, and I wonder if there's a tendency to think, I need to throw the kitchen sink at this, because I haven't got a whole album to explore, the busy side or the heavy side or some slow ethereal parts or whatever. I'm making it up, but you know what I mean. To if you've got an album full, you don't have to throw everything in the first song on the album, kind of thing. You can think, right, this one can be a quicker one and a busier one and a heavier one and and we'll have a big epic one at the end where we do throw the kitchen sink in. So it feels a bit like the kitchen sink's been thrown into this one. I assume throwing in the kitchen sink thing is a term that works internationally. I always forget they've got people watching this in Japan or whatever. But basically, everything has been chucked into this song. And this is not a criticism. This is just an observation, because I think it sounds great, and I like songs like this. I like songs that are super busy. I like all sorts of songs, but I like songs that are super busy and where you feel like there is depth to them, and there's so many layers in this. Everything going on. And of course it's been mixed so well that you can, and I suspect on subsequent listenings, you'll be able to pull out all of the different things, because as you get used to songs, don't you start to hear other things that are going on. And in songs like this, there is so much more to hear, I think, as you go along with subsequent listenings. While I think of it, because again, even though I'm talking now to you, there's another side of my brain that's literally doing this dialogue. It's harder than it looks, this. This song is available on Bandcamp for $1. $1. So if 20,000 of you could go and buy it, that would be good, because then maybe Arcade could afford to do an album. Because it's, which would probably make him go grey and age him about 20 years because of the herding the cats, as I mentioned before. But I think somebody who can come up with something like this probably has a lot more to offer in different, different texturing on the album, light and shade, and because this is a composer, isn't it? Let's face it, this is somebody who has composed a thing, and to get this out the door, you've got to know what you're doing, in my opinion. So you've got to. So I suspect that there is a lot more, and if we had I could boil all this down to is I would really like an album. But this song on its own, let's go. The lady singer. She's got a really a good voice that sometimes sounds a little bit folky. But then she did that sort of growled, harsh note, and I thought, ooh, that sounds really, really good. It was just like, ooh, we've gone somewhere else just for a second, and again, it comes down to like the composition. It comes when it should come, sort of thing, the right part of the song to make you go ooh, and that's exactly the effect it had on me. So yeah, full props to the lady singer, because I really liked listening to her voice. I've forgotten her name. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Her name is Stefani Keo. Is that how you say it? Stefani Keo could be how you say it. What I would suggest is the link to the original is below this. Go there, and then there's all sorts of information and links to their website, and where you can find even more information about it. But it is a kind of a fascinating project, this. So yeah, I think the song's very entertaining. I think everyone should own it and listen to it 10 times and pull out all of the nuance and unpick the layers. All the musicianship's fantastic. All the like I say, the composition, the recording, the production in general, the vocal performances, everything. It's a fantastic example of its genre, which is, where is its genre? Well, it's definitely got there's definitely symphonic elements in there, but it's heavy and metal enough to not be dragged off into, symphonic rockland where it's all unicorns and whatnot. It stays very much a pretty heavy, bludgeoning, busy train of a track. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Really, really enjoyed that. And I've whittled on probably far too long. So, Arcade, no doubt you'll appear in the comments, because I know he's watching this, because he literally asked me to review his song. He didn't need to ask me, I would have done it anyway. But so I know he's going to appear in the comments. So if anyone's got any questions for him, fire away. I'm sure he'll answer them. Let me know what you think, as ever, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.